Hey, what is going on, you pink piplup? Today, playing some games with the single strike Urshifu. So I haven't played a whole ton with Rapid Strike yet, but don't worry, I'll be coming at you guys with my take on Rapid Strike soon. But I played a whole ton with single strike the other day on the stream, twitch.tv/AzulGG. And I stream every day except Tuesdays. You won't catch me at this upcoming Tuesday streaming, but every day besides that, I will be streaming new Battle Styles cards. So if you guys want to check out what I'm doing with the new Battle Styles cards first before it makes its way over to the YouTube, go check out the live stream, twitch.tv/AzulGG. First link in the description. Give it a click, give it a follow. So single strike Urshifu got the beatdown attack for 100 for 3 colorless, got the VMAX 1 blow for the 270 for fighting colors, which I know seems like a lot of energy, but it ignores all effects on our opponent's Pokemon, so we can get through anything we would need to. Zamazentas, Decidueyes, whatever. It is a lot of energy, but we combo the Urshifu G-Max with Houndoom with that single strike roar. Once during our turn, we may search our deck for a single strike energy, attach it to one of our single strike Pokemon, then we put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. And on top of that, we got this Urshifu V with that laser focus attack for 1 fighting energy. Search your deck for up to 2 fighting energy cards and attach them to this Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. So we can go ahead and get, turn 1, go second, laser focus, 2 energy. We're set up for turn 2 to do 270, or even just attack with that impact blow, which I've actually been attacking with a lot in this deck. I've been using impact blow a whole ton, just through the Urshifu V. Now I tried out the memory capsule, and I've tried out the scroll of Scorn, and I'm currently on a 2 scroll of Scorn, no memory capsule right now, but the memory capsule wasn't bad. And with memory capsule, basically what we could do is we could be in our VMAX, put a memory capsule on it, and then use impact blow for our turn to get a bigger knockout, and not have to use the G-Max 1 blow to get the big knockout and then just lose all of our energy. So it was pretty cool. Currently don't run them. The scroll seems a little bit more consistent, like it just seems a little bit more optimal overall throughout a majority of the games. Like it was just a little bit better, but there's still some testing to be done. So currently sitting on this 2 scroll of Scorn, but I'm not sure yet. So we got 4/4 Houndoom, 4/3 Urshifu VMAX. Used to have a 4/4, but I decided to make a cut for that to actually go up to 4 Tower of Darkness, which I love this stadium card. It's super good. Discard a single strike card, draw 2 cards. That's insanely good. Of course, Chaotic Swells can be a little bit annoying, but besides that, it's just so good. Getting +2 cards every single turn potentially is just kind of insane. And we play 4 of them, so even if our opponent is throwing out Hearths or Verdant Forest or whatever other stadium power plants, we can keep replacing them, keep using the Power of Darkness, drawing those extra cards. It'll get that much better once rotation hits as well, because we won't have Chaotic Swell to deal with anymore, which is definitely annoying. Besides that, we got the Jirachi in here to deal with the fact that Urshifu does have that psychic weakness, so it removes that psychic weakness for us. We got a Mew to protect our bench, specifically up against Rapid Strike. We don't want to do like KO double Houndour or something like that. And then 1 Crobat, 1 Dedenne for that draw support through the Pokemon, which has been super nice. And then pretty simple from there, right? We got the 4 Research, 4 Marnie, 3 Boss, 3 Urn of Vitality currently. I don't think I would ever go down to 2, but I'm definitely considering trying to get up to 4. But 3 has felt like a pretty good sweet spot so far, but like a 4th wouldn't hurt, that's for sure. A 4th wouldn't hurt, but I would definitely be able to close out games very comfortably with 3. I haven't been like struggling to need energy towards the end of games. Well, some games, but sometimes I've had games where I've opened up with like research and like 3 or 4 energy, which is just kind of unfortunate because we only do play 10 energy, and of course we play 4 of the single strike energy because that's what combos with the Houndoom, gives +20 damage as well. So if we get 2 or 3 or 4 of these on the Urshifu VMAX, we can be one-hit KOing other VMAX Pokemon, and I've been doing it quite a bit. Rapid Strike Urshifus, Mirror Match, Senna Scorches, and take those big one-hit KOs with that G-Max 1 blow with 3 to 4 of these single strike energy, which is not that hard to get that many in play. As long as you didn't prize 2 or 3 of them, got the Houndoom, makes it pretty easy to get him out of the deck, put him in play. And we do play a 4/4 Houndoom because we're trying to get 2 Houndoom up, set up really fast, and be able to do something like that. And then the rest of the energy, 2 Stone Energy, and then 4 basic fighting. And the reason we don't play 4 Stone Energy, we do play a decent amount of the basic fighting energy, is because for the laser focus attack, you need to have basic fighting. These are fighting energy, but they're only fighting energy when they're attached to a Pokemon. So we have to play basic energy to be able to pull out of the deck with that laser focus. So we do play 4 basic energy instead of 4 Stone Energy, 2 basic energy or whatever, for that reason. So yep, that's the list. There's nothing else really to talk about. Let's go ahead, let's get into some games. All right, we're getting into our first game, and I've been choosing to go second here. Trying out second. Second has felt really good because it allows us to just like turn 1 laser focus and just get a bunch of energy in play possibly. And against a lot of matchups, can't do a whole ton about that if we did choose to go second. And it looks like we've hit a mirror match here. All right, the mirror match off the rip. So going second, actually, I feel like going first in the mirror match can be a little bit better. It's close though, for sure, because you get like a turn 2 double single strike impact blow going second. Yeah, so if they just get like down a single strike and a Houndoom, could see a turn 2 impact blow. But we do have the Stone Energy, which actually we need like double Houndour down. So we can go Stone Energy here to protect our Urshifu. We'll see if they even get any Houndour. They also need an attachment for turn, because otherwise we could just go single strike ourselves, laser focus, set up for a big 1-hit KO potentially on our turn. And we do need to actually find something to discard off the Tower of Darkness, which it looks like it's going to be the Scroll of Scorn. I would rather not lose my scrolls, but I think it's going to have to be the scroll here. And yeah, we don't actually even want to like go too deep into, or go too far into the whole knockout with the VMAX here. We could just use the V potentially here. I mean, we'll see what our opponent has. So only 1 Houndour, no energy attachments. They can get a max of 2 energy in play next turn. There's a Tower of Darkness and another Tower of Darkness. So I'm just going to ditch the tower because I assume my opponent is also probably playing towers. Bench. I think I can go with the single strike energy here and then switch. And we could even just get 1 basic fighting out of the deck here. We don't have to get 2. Which we're gonna go with the laser focus for sure, but I don't know how many fighting energy I don't know how many fighting energy I want to grab here. Could get 1, could get 2. Definitely correct to go with the single strike energy. Let's go with the laser focus. Let's take a look. Because the thing is, I don't know if I'm going to get a big 1-hit KO anyways. I mean, if they stay as an Urshifu V, then it'll be easy to go impact blow knockout. But if they evolve, I think I'm going to want 2 and then impact blow. Yeah, let's just go with 2. Let's just go with 2. I want to keep the scroll around in hand because I wouldn't mind using Tower of Darkness on the scroll next turn, I don't think, unless we top deck something better to discard. But I mean, the scrolls are good, though. The scrolls are good. The scrolls are definitely good. Yeah, because I don't play a whole ton of energy in the deck, so now I can like lose this energy. We got these 2 energy in hand, of course, as well, which I'm not a huge fan of having these in my hand. Because, yeah, we're looking like we got a Dedenne change next turn. I guess I could maybe go with a Crobat instead. I think both the Dedenne and the Crobat were in the deck. So both of those are... I can potentially go for either of those for sure. All right, they're committing a lot to the active here. Okay, so now we can't impact blow knockout next turn. But I still can go with the KO with the VMAX. Here comes the single strike roar. Yeah, the VMAX still gets the knockout, which I think I will go for. But then I really want to keep the scroll around. Because if they hit me at all next turn, I want to be able to respond with... And they're really setting this thing up. So I feel like they're going to evolve and maybe just use Scroll of Scorn here. Oh, they play Crushing Hammer? What? Why? Come on now. Crushing Hammer? This is 2020... 2021 with battle styles, and we're still out here playing Crushing Hammer in our new decks. Like, what? I didn't even find the room for that. All right, laser focus is going down. We're definitely taking this thing out. And now that they've actually taken this 20 damage, they only have 200 HP, effectively 220. So if we get 2 single strike energy, we actually get the knockout. Let's start with... I don't want to get rid of my scroll. We have another scroll in the deck, though, so it's not that big of a deal. Goodbye, scroll. Goodbye, scroll. What do we get? We got the research, which is great. We drew a ton of energy, though, which is not great. We drew a ton of energy. I don't want all this energy to be discarded, but it looks like we're going to have to discard some of them. Let's go with Quick Ball. Away this. Grab. Wait, can we get the impact blow for the knockout? I think we can, right? Because that's 200 HP, effectively 220 HP. It's got the stone. We could just go single strike. Okay, do we have another single strike energy in the deck? We have 2. All right, so I guess we can do it that way. Go ahead and just grab me like an Urshifu, and then calm it away. Yeah, that puts us in a pretty good spot, I think. Go ahead and grab the Houndoom. Off to the Houndoom. And then attach. Let me see. We do enough, right? We do 180, 220, 200, 200 HP left. Okay. Just want to make sure. Single strike roar. This is what I was talking about, just grabbing one energy with the laser focus. They do play Crushing Hammer, though, so I am glad I grabbed two, because if they found another Crushing Hammer, got another heads, we'd be in that much more trouble. Go ahead and just play the research. 7. And we did really want to find like another Urshifu V to have an option there, because our opponents... Oh, you could even put the Air Balloon there as well. Don't want to evolve, though. Yeah, I don't want to make it a VMAX. I guess I could... No, if I VMAX, then I have to use the GMAX 1 blow, which I definitely don't want to lose all my energy. But our opponent could respond with... If I do VMAX, then they can't really respond, but I don't have a scroll for it. But they could easily respond with their own Urshifu V. Again, that's what I was talking about. Like, Urshifu V is a pretty good attacker in the mirror match. It's just... Or not in the mirror match, in general. In general, it's just a really good attacker. My opponent could easily go Urshifu V. They can go... Single Strike Roar twice onto an Urshifu V, attach, knock out my Urshifu V, and then we have a response with our own Urshifu V, and we just kind of go back and forth with the Urshifu Vs over and over and over again. But yeah, that's what it comes down to sometimes. You just need to use that impact blow at KO Zations against like a Eternatus or Pikarom. You're carrying both those. Of course, if they get the Mewtwo involved in Pikarom, things got to switch up a little bit. But yeah, this is... the impact blow from the Urshifu V definitely carries this deck quite a bit. Like, I was actually super surprised once I started playing the deck. I was like, we're using impact blow like more than one GMAX 1 blow often, almost all the time. We're just using that way more, which is fine with me, but it was kind of a surprise. I expected to be using that GMAX 1 blow, but yeah, impact blow, kind of an insane attack, and adds like so many more options to the deck, and I was super surprised by it, especially when you compare it to like the Rapid Strike Urshifu. The good attacks are really on the VMAX, but the VMAX has got the great attack of the GMAX 1 blow. Beatdown is but then you got the laser focus, you got the impact blow on the Urshifu V, and yeah, it's just kind of insane, the versatility of the card overall, and like how many different things there are with the card to like make it work and stuff like that. I was really blown away by it so far, and continue to be blown away by it for sure. All right, our opponent gets another Urshifu V. They got this one set up. They're going with the Dedenne change, so they need to find... They've only used Houndoom once here. That means they need another Urn, or do they need like another Urn? Are they prized something? Here comes a Crushing Hammer. It is a heads. Goodbye, Single Strike Energy. The fact that they can fit Crushing Hammer in their build kind of surprises me. I was like feeling like this my list is even still kind of like inconsistent. Hey, 2 heads. Oh, but they get the wrong energy there. So now I could actually impact blow with a switch and get the knockout here next turn. That's definitely a mistake from my opponent. Not discarding the Single Strike energy. I do get to use his Urn now to get the Single Strikes back, but that's definitely a mistake, because then they could have set it up so I have to use VMAX to get the KO, which I don't think I want to do if I don't have to. I don't want to VMAX KO this. And then we're just looking to KO that Dedenne for our last 2 prize cards. They get the knockout, though. Set up another energy here. That doesn't give them a whole ton of options. There is the laser focus, but I would have maybe put it on the bench and laser focus, but they could be out of basic energy as well. Just 1. All right, well, they're set up in the active, but if we knock this thing out, I'm feeling really good. Throw this down. There's 1 Single Strike energy in the deck. I don't know if I have to VMAX or not, because I don't have the switch yet. I can put 2 Single Strikes back in anyway, so I think I can start with the Tower of Darkness draw here. Yeah, start with Tower of Darkness draw, see what we get. Marnie Boss. Should I just plan to VMAX and go with it like that? I'm almost leaning towards that. I don't want to use the big attack, but I think we're going to go ahead and do it. Yeah. VMAX. Hit him with those Single Strike Roars. And then we got that Urn of Vitality. Put 2 back in. We don't have a ton of energy left. Not gonna lie, we don't have a ton of energy left. Single Strike Roar. 2 Urns left, though. I might want to set up like a 3rd Houndoom here in this situation, to be honest. I think we're going to bench this to go for that. I guess I don't want to Marnie my opponent. They kind of have a 1-card hand. Just GMAX 1 blow. We did most of our stuff that we needed to do this turn. Then we can rely on this Urshifu VMAX to clean it up. I don't want to Marnie them. I don't want to give them like a plus a bunch of stuff to work with. They keep going down this many cards. Just kind of chill. Crobat off the prize cards gives us a lot of options now as well. Yeah, we got a lot of time to close this one out. Our opponent has drawn 0 prize cards. They can't even knock this out this turn. And I might have my other... I might have my 2nd Scroll of Scorn in the deck, which means if they just hit us but don't knock us out, we can just swing back with the, I don't know, what is the attack called? Furious Anger. Furious Anger. Basically outrage. It is outrage, right? Yeah, it's basically outrage. Swing back with the outrage and just kind of clean them up. Clean them up. There we go. There's a research. That's fine. Got the Urn. Okay, so they're going to be able to hit us with that one beatdown. Or the beatdown. Not the one beatdown. They're going to be able to hit us with the beatdown here. Because they did find their final Urn. Their final Urn. They did find their final Urn. So they are going to be able to hit us with that beatdown. I don't know if it's going to be enough for them, though. We'll see here. Because I can just set up this Urshifu VMAX on the back line. I need to find one of my Urns. I do have 2 left. I do need to find one of my Urns as well, though. One thing, if we don't get that, then we're not going to be... Don't got as much going on. But if we do find that Urn, we are in a great spot. Or both Urns, then we can, like, triple single strike roar. And then we're in a great spot. They are going to hit us pretty hard here, though. I guess we can maybe, if we find the scroll... We can maybe get the knockout this turn. Oh, they whiff. I'll start with the Tower of Darkness. Go over Tower of Darkness. I'm away. Jirachi going to get that 3rd Houndoom set up. Yeah, not a whole ton of energy left, like I said. And I believe there was a single strike energy left, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to grab that. I guess I don't have a ridiculously good target. I guess we're going to throw it here. Feels a little bit safer here than on my active. How many single strike energy do they have left? That's it. Those 2. We got the Urn. We got an energy. So I think that's game. We didn't switch. We did not use the switch. I could go find the switch. I do have Calm and Quick Ball. Yeah, we could go see if we can get it. And then we would win this turn, to be honest. But, I mean, how much HP do I have left? 310. We don't have to win this turn at all, though. I could just, like, throw this here. Play the Urn. Throw those 2 back. Let's go ahead and wait a turn. I'm just going to wait a turn. We don't have to try and win this turn. I could do double this, but then I would put 4 more damage counters on me, and I'd be down to 70, and then they could definitely KO me. Right now, they can't KO me, though, because they're capping at 310, but I have the Stone Energy on here, and they're out of Crushing Hammer, I believe. So they actually just can't KO this Urshifu. I'm just going to pass. Yeah, our opponent cannot KO this Urshifu, specifically this one, because it's got the Stone Energy. And if they hit us really hard, we can just go ahead and respond with that Scroll of Scorn. So, but there's a research. They don't got the boss anyway. So this puts us in, yeah, and there's the pass. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start with this. Draw some cards. No switch yet. Ball away. A Calm. Grab Mew. Maybe grab Jirachi. There's one switch in the deck only, though. Grab Jirachi. Ball away Jirachi. Grab the Crobat because I have the research in hand. We can't quite see our whole deck, so I think I can just wait once again, thin out the deck, and pass once again. I could Crobat just to see what I draw, I guess, but then it takes up the bench space, and if they... Oh, they're out of deck. I didn't even see that they decked out there. I'm just going to go ahead and pass, and they're going to lose. Yep, did not see that they had given up at this point. And we get the dub here in this first one in the mirror match. Yep. All right, here we go again. Just waiting on my opponent to call the coin flip. Here we go. We lost. So let's see what they pick here. I, of course, would like to go second. But so do quite a few decks in the format. Quite a few decks in the format do also like to go second. So if my opponent is playing one of those, looks like they're not. We will get to go second. Opening hand is okay. We got the turn 1 Urshifu V, which is great, of course. Losing an Urn never feels great, but usually not that big of a deal. So I didn't bench the Houndour there. Looks like we're up against ADP. I didn't bench the Houndour there because we don't want our opponent to kind of escape rope and then force it into the active. Tower of Darkness. They didn't do a whole ton on their turn. I'm gonna go ahead and just draw some cards, see what we get. Okay, I don't want to. They're playing ADP for sure, so I don't want to put Dedenne in play. Put him quick wallet away, grab another Houndour, and then just play the research. I think I don't like the idea of losing this energy either, but I like the idea of trying to set up a little bit more. So, drawing into one of our basic energy. We only have one basic energy left, so theoretically, we could actually just whiff. I didn't check the prize cards. We do get one though, so that's great. We usually only laser focus once during the game. That's on this turn 1 here. So yeah, set up, almost ready to go. There's a Viridian Force. Not going to be able to utilize that anymore because we're about to be out of basic energy on the next turn. Now, I think, like I said, I think it is ADPzation. So we could get knocked out here turn 1 by a Brave Blade, which of course would be not great. But yeah, Brave Blade could go down here. And we can get the response, though. We got the double Houndour set up. That means double Houndoom potentially. Which means we can get another Urshifu V set up. And with 2 single strike energy, Impact Blow does one-hit KO that Zacian that would potentially KO our Urshifu. So that would leave us in a definitely just a fine spot overall. And they still have to get that. And it looks like instead they might be going with a Wily Bite. We'll see what else they got here. Maybe they have like a boss or something. It looks like a Wily Bite's what they're going for. It's the Dedenne change because they did just a what? Now I'm just confused. They had the E-Switch. They had the ADP. They had an attached return. I think they still had access to Viridian Forest. Well, I would have guessed that they would. Did they just have access to GX attack? And there's the. I don't know what to think. But while we're all here puzzled and confused, why don't you go ahead and hit the like button before we get into our next game? Okay, we're back into it. Yeah. Interesting choices from our opponent in the last game, and they hit the good old concede button. Now we're into it again. Opening hand is okay. We got the Air Balloon, so getting into the what's it called for the laser focus shouldn't be too difficult. Looks like we're up against the Corviknight VMAX Zacian, so we'll see what kind of build they're playing. It could be like a Luke Metal build with some Corviknight. Could be like straight Corviknight. They play Phoebe. So they're trying to be able to deal with any kind of shenanigans. Of course, there's going to be a Bronzong line in here. The question is just like, what else are they running with this build? Is it like a Luke Metal build? Is it like a just straight Corviknight build? That's what I've been playing recently. No Luke Metal in the build I've been playing, but definitely quite a few ways to play this card. We're really hoping our opponent hits no energy here. Thank goodness. Yeah, we're trying to avoid that Brave Blade KO on our Urshifu if we can, and that was a good top deck in that quick ball. Get rid of the Jirachi-GX, which is going to be useless in this matchup. Grab ourselves that Urshifu V. Could have checked my energy count. Probably would have been smart to. Maybe check in a couple other prize cards, but we didn't, and now we're cruising. Ooh, a couple single strikes in the hand. We can always Marnie them to the bottom of the deck if we want to. At least we know this laser focus should be hitting for sure. Another great thing about that Stone Energy hit as well is even if they drew well enough to get a Brave Blade going, they would not be able to KO the Urshifu V. Because with that minus 20 damage, we effectively have 240 HP, which keeps us just out of range of a Brave Blade. So we are in a really good spot here off the rip. I don't even know if I want a VMAX. Well, I almost want to go for like a Impact Blow knockout. Well, now that they sent this up, I don't mind VMAXing and just doing 100 damage. That would be fine with me. Of course, we'll see how the rest of their turn plays out. Still super slow. They also play Jirachi, apparently, as we see them hit up the Stellar Wish. Yeah, and they have to go back into an Intrepid Sword to even see anything this turn. They do get 1 energy, which means they're that much closer to a Brave Blade. Tower of Darkness. I think we're just going to Marnie again, throw these back on the bottom, and plan for just like an Impact Blow for the knockout, which is fine. Or 100 damage from a VMAX if we find a VMAX. More Towers of Darkness, so I think that's what's going to be leaving our hand here to draw a couple extra cards. It's Houndoom. We don't have any good target for the Houndoom though. No single strike roar target. So Impact Blow for the KO is going to be just fine. Yeah, even if, yeah, this will just be fine. This will put us in a fine spot. Another Houndour to work with is great. Yeah, even if our opponent like, oh, I guess we do get knocked out by Corviknight though with the G-Max Hurricane. Okay, that puts us in a little bit of a spot. Not gonna lie, G-Max Hurricane is enough to get the knockout. Now they do need to get a metal into the discard pile and find a metal saucer, and it's just an Intrepid Sword from our opponent. So thank goodness. Thank goodness for that one. Switch back to the Houndoom. I'm gonna go ahead and just use the Tower of Darkness here. Just draw some cards. Second Stone Energy would keep us out of range of the G-Max Hurricane. I think we'll just do that. Don't plan to one-hit KO it. Marnie, keep the Air Balloon in the deck. I could have put it on the Houndour, but you never know what late game scenarios are going to come up where you wish you had it to put it on something else. So play for that. Potential. Bench Urshifu. Yeah, single strike roar. Why not, right? Throw it over here. treat. Don't need 3 Houndoom set up. Also, we want to keep a target for the Tower of Darkness, and I do want to evolve this Houndour to a Houndoom. Yeah, basically 2 Houndoom is basically what we go for. We do play a 4-4 of it, so we can like find it more aggressively and get them set up aggressively. Also deal with our opponent potentially picking off some Houndours, or like we open a Houndour and they knock it out, or they go chase a Houndoom, which is like a really good line of play to take against this deck, to be honest, is just chase Houndooms sometimes. So we want to have that option. Okay, now we're just gonna boss KO this. We got double Houndoom set up to get this thing going. There's the VMAX as well. This thing has 140 HP left. We got 2 retreat costs, so we could go like, let's start with, no, I shouldn't have started with that. I should have started with the single strike roars. Never punished. Cool. Do this single strike roar on this, and then we can retreat, beat down, KO this thing, which I think is what we want to go for. And hard retreat, which I don't mind doing, to be honest. I guess maybe the Air Balloon was best on the Urshifu. And boss, and I think I'll just keep this energy around because I don't really need to play it, and there's a couple of areas where it'd be decent. We still have a single strike energy in the deck that we can go chase, but this sets us up in a ridiculously good spot to close this one out. I don't see how we ever lose this at this point, to be honest. I think we're just too far ahead. Almost have 2 VMAXs like fully set up, not fully set up, but like they may as well be fully set up at this point, to be honest. And yeah, we're just a boss away from a KO on a Zacian, actually, to just go ahead and win the game. So if we get a boss, yeah, the game is just over. So that also works here. It's just get a boss, game over. And our opponent can't ever one-hit KO our VMAX, as far as I know. I don't fully know what they're playing, of course, I guess, but I'll just send a Houndoom. It's got the Air Balloon on it, so I can just move it back to whatever I want to on my next turn. Yeah, so it doesn't hurt to just have the Houndoom in the active here. Yeah, we had so many options. Kind of crazy how good of a spot we're in. There's a boss on my Houndoom, though. Okay, that's going to slow us down a little bit. Here comes the release Pokédoll, and then here will come an Intrepid Sword to once again try and set up. They're in a pretty tough spot. They're basically still trying to set up. We top deck is a Urn. With Tower of Darkness, get rid of Tower of Darkness. Nothing too ridiculously good. We can just hard retreat attack if we wanted to, and I'm kind of fine with that. I think we're just gonna go ahead and do it. Single strike roar here. Attach, VMAX. We can retreat, earn the energy back. Also gonna go calm this away. I'm gonna go ahead and grab ourselves Mew. I'm gonna quick ball away Mew. Probably just leave everything else in the deck because it is just fodder for its options, and it's fodder for run to here, earn, and it's fodder just for the Tower of Darkness. So may as well just leave it around. And I could put the scroll active, and I think I will, because if they want to hit me, then we'll just have the scroll to respond. And if not, we're still just set up in a really good spot to be able to use Gmax one blow to take a KO potentially. We have 3 single strike energy on this Urshifu VMAX right now. It's insanely big. I don't think our opponent has a line here. So I've been saying, I don't think they have a line here. The only thing I can think about is maybe something like a Zamazenta. Zamazenta would be pretty annoying. But even then, Zamazenta, we can still one-hit KO it with the Gmax one blow. And yeah, because yeah, it ignores all effects on our opponent's active Pokemon, which includes the ability of Zamazenta, which means we get through the ability, we knock it out, and that's it. They're done. That's it. Yeah. We'll see what they got here. But it's not looking good for my opponent. I can tell you that much. No matter what attacker they throw at us, it's got to be the big bird, I feel like. But even with the big bird, we either got the scroll of Scorn, which I feel like we could maybe get the one-hit KO on the bird with at this point. Yeah, because it'd be doing 240, which puts us to 30 HP left. Yeah, that's just kind of insane. Yeah. Yeah, wow. This is quite a good spot we're in, for sure. Here comes the bird. Do we see bird VMAX? Are they just resetting the Jirachi here? There's another bird, but that's not the big bird. Here comes the Jirachi back to the active. Still no big bird. And I think we about have this one wrapped up. Some energy are getting moved around. Up to the Jirachi. Up to the Jirachi. They're going with the slap. Oh, actually, this is pretty good. It sets it up so they can KO me next turn with the big bird, actually. It's actually a really good play for my opponent. Go Tower, get rid of Houndour. No boss yet. Actually, this slap is insanely good for my opponent. Puts him in a pretty good... It gives him a chance. Gives him a chance, right? scroll here. We have the Urn in hand, so I kind of just want to hold the hand. I can actually switch to this one though, just protect the energy on this one, and we can go with like Single Strike Roar to this one, and now I can beat down with this one instead, which should be just fine. And yeah, if they have Big Bird plus Boss next turn to take this one out, I do have that Urn to recover the energy and then take a huge knockout with this VMAX. Also, a Boss at any point. We have 2 Boss left. A Boss at any point will just win us this game as well. So that is something we can just like theoretically draw into. We just draw into a Boss. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can get the Boss. Maybe not. See what our opponent has left in the tank. They didn't have a VMAX last turn, so it makes me feel like they probably don't have one. Excuse me, they probably don't have this one this turn. There's a Boss on top of the deck, and then here comes a Research, so they're looking for the VMAX. They should have it this turn, but we can just hard retreat our Urshifu VMAX, earn the energy back into the deck, pull it back out with that Single Strike Roar, and then G-Max one blow with all 4 Single Strike energy to one-hit KO the Corviknight VMAX. Or I'm pretty sure it'll one-hit KO it. We're doing, what, 270 plus 80, 350, right? Yep, 350. The math myself, checks out, and it's basically wrapped up, I think. Here comes that Corviknight VMAX, but it's a little too late, or something like that. A little too little too late. Yeah, a little too little. It's not soon enough, basically, is what I'm trying to say. They can finally attack us with one of their big attackers, but I won't even draw them a prize card, and then we have the response to get the one-hit KO on the next turn, so it doesn't even matter. Comes the Metal Transfer, but like I said, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter here. You get the 240, and then we send them packing on the next turn with the Urn plus the Single Strike Roar. I guess the only chance they have left would be to sit here and Metal Transfer continuously until I concede. That's the last thing I see them being able to do to like convince me to concede. So hit him with that Retreat, Urn, put it back in the deck, and then Single Strike Roar, and we close it out with a 4 Single Strike energy G-Max 1 blow. That's how you want to close them out, with a 1-hit KO on the Corviknight VMAX. And that's it, guys. That's Single Strike. I'm a huge fan of the deck with how it's turning out. Worked on this list a ton on the stream the other day, like I mentioned. Give the video a like if you guys enjoyed. If you like Single Strike, if you like the new sets, if you like this list, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.